What's up, y'all? I'm Jenna Paulette, country singer-songwriter from Dallas, Texas, and this is
Waylynn Lucas here in Park City, Utah. We are going to be making my cinnamon pecan oatmeal scones.
Yum.
From the book here. My inspiration for these were to sort of make like a healthier cinnamon roll, the same flavor profiles and things. All right, so first step is we have our dry ingredients. We have in this bowl our flour, our quick cooking or old-fashioned oats, our sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. So a lot of recipes call for sifting your dry ingredients.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest with you, I'm lazy. I like finding shortcuts. I think sifting is the world's most annoying thing ever.
Yep.
So if you just wanted to whisk it all together,
definitely.
whisking will combine it and aerate it just enough, really all you need. The fun part, the part that makes every recipe better, is the butter.
Heck yes.
So scones, biscuits, pie doughs, things like that, you want to sort of crumble the butter in there in pea-sized pieces. You can do it with your hands, you can do it with a pastry cutter. My other favorite tip and trick and technique is the cheese grater.
Yes.
And these just give you these long like flakes of butter that really, will give you the good fluffy pieces. You have to make sure that the butter is cold.
Yes.
I like to put it in the freezer before. And then I'll stop every third quarter of the way through the stick of butter.
Yeah.
And just kind of toss the little flakes of butter in the flour, because if you don't, they all clump back together. All right, so now we're gonna add our pecans. I buy the pieces, but you can chop them if you want. That's kind of my kind of personal preference. I like bigger and smaller pieces to have a little bit of texture.
You kind of don't know what you're gonna get in each bite.
See, you get it, man.
I'm a texture person. Very important.
So we're gonna mix that all in together. All right, now we're gonna add our wet ingredients. If you wanna crack the egg there in the middle. And we have our milk and our vanilla extract.
So is this okay? You just kind of mix what's in there together and then fold it in?
I mean,
is that good?
A professional. You knew to mix and break up the egg in the middle and then combine the wet with the dry. I mean, I'm out of a job. I'm just gonna let you take over. Things like scones, biscuits, where you're pie dough, where you're sort of having those big pieces of butter because you want sort of a lighter, flakier, fluffier texture.
Yep.
That's when you really want to make sure that you don't over mix. So really it's just until it's combined.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dust and flour our work surface. Like you drive your F-150. And you can also just kind of flour your hands. We're gonna pat this into a nice little rectangle here. And you wanna cut some little triangles.
Yes.
Your hand resting on the steering wheel.
All right, we have them all cut.
We have our sheet pan here with parchment paper. You can grease it, flour it. So then we're gonna just set these. These are gonna probably double in size, so you wanna leave a good amount of space. About 4 on there, leaving a good amount of room. So we are baking these at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. Everybody's oven is gonna cook a little different. I always like to set my timer for about 10 to 12 minutes and then rotate the pan halfway through and let it bake, another 8 to 10 minutes more. You wanna bake them until they're lightly golden brown. The scones are ready, they're done out of the oven.
Oh, they smell so good.
It smells so good. So you can see they're kind of lightly golden brown, just sort of golden, crispy around the edges. You don't want to overcook them, they can dry out. Yep. So now let's get these puppies ready to cool on a nice cooling rack. If you don't have a cooling rack, you can just set them and let them cool on their own. So the glaze, again, we have powdered sugar and cinnamon. So just gonna whisk that to combine. The glaze, we're just gonna take, I think it's maybe like 1.5 cups, 2 cups powdered sugar. I think a couple teaspoons of cinnamon, and we're just gonna add a tablespoon or so at a time. You can make these as sort of sweet and decadent as you want. If you want tons of frosting, go for it. If you just want a nice little drizzle, just add a little bit. This is where you can just kind of play and have fun. If you're storing these muffins, cookies, scones, don't put them in the fridge. Leave them sealed out at room temp. Most cookies, these scones, things will last for a good few days, 3-5 days, maybe even a week.
But they probably won't last for a few days because you'll be eating them.
Enjoy.
Okay.